Whoa now. Look, shout out everybody, man. I'm your host, Lambo Drew, and you guys are now tuned in and rocking on the Leverage Show. Thank you guys, and another week, man, for showing love to your boy, man, and tuning in on a Tuesday night. Listen, tonight is gonna be going down. So y'all make sure y'all go ahead and share this to everybody, and I do mean everybody. For those and everything who've been really trying to tap in and trying to see exactly what's going on with some of these insurance plays out here. We're going to get down to the nitty gritty, man, with my sis, Leslie Hawkins Pierce, man, is in the building tonight. So make sure you guys go ahead and reach out to somebody out there, man. Send this to somebody. It's going to be life-changing information for those and everything, man, who never knew how to go ahead, man, and to run this play of being able to take care of you, yourself, your family, your loved ones, and everything around you guys want to tap in tonight. Your boy Lambo Drew got us all 10X hat on, man. And again, I got the Grant Cardone shirt. You can fake a Lambo, but you can't fake a jet. Shout out to my man, Uncle G, man, in the building, man, doing what he do, man. You can fake a Lambo, but you can't fake a jet, man. We're going to get the jet, y'all. We are going to get the jet. So shout out to everybody. Listen, thank you, man, for your prayers, man, over the weekend. For those and everything, man, who know I went on ahead, man, and got a chance to make it out back to New Orleans, man. My uncle passed away. I got a chance to tell you guys that last week. It was an amazing time, amazing ceremony. It was a great to see family, friends I hadn't even talked to and seen over 20-something years, man. Got a chance to hang out with them, hug their necks, talk with them, laugh with them, joke with them, man. And it was also beautiful, man. So shout out to each one of my family members, my friends, and the people and everything, man, who got a chance to get a chance to see neighbors. I had a chance to see everybody, business owners, everybody. People I came up with and grew up with, man, from golly, since I was out there, man, still walking around in diapers, man. So shout out to you guys for you guys making an amazing time, man, in the spite and everything, man, of my uncle's passing. And actually, it was so beautiful. A man and everything, man, who stood for so much, was truly honored by everybody who came across the stage or even mentioned his name. So you guys definitely want to thank you for your continued prayers and support. It was an amazing, and you know, your boy, unfortunately, kind of went horse just a little bit out there. So I'm officially getting my mouth back. But for the night, you already know it was going to be right. I had the lemon juice and everything on deck. Shout out to my wifey for doing what she do best, man, and taking care of her HUBBY, her hubby. Thank you. Listen, I'm going to check the temperature to see what's going on in the chats. But I want to make sure you guys tonight are locked and loaded for this. This is huge for some of the ones and everything, man, who've been trying to run this play. You guys been hearing a lot of stuff back and forth on the internet. Tonight, you guys are going to hear from an expert that who knows this game and has been back and forth through this industry for some years and striving for perfection. That don't mean she know everything. So don't come out here blasting and everything, what to do and everything if I want to write off a skyscraper. But she may know the answer to that. I don't even know. But my sister and everything, man, has definitely put the time in, put the work in, and really, man, went on ahead, man, has been able to help leverage people up and get them into the right plans, into the right ways, to where they can actually make those tax deductions, those tax credits, and be able to help benefit. See, a lot of people don't know this about insurance plans. But insurance plans, if you set them up the right way, can actually go on ahead and bankroll your wealth. Again, I said it, yes. Bankroll your wealth. The insurance plan is set up the right way. Not just that, it helps in everything, man, give your family and loved ones the assurity and security that, hey, man, if something was to happen to you, that they'll be taken care of. Again, you know, we hear it all the time, man, in our community. When black folks die, we leave a bill. When white folks die, well, actually, when black folks die, we leave a bill. White folks die, they leave a will. Again, we want to change that narrative. Again, especially out here, tapping in on the Lambo Drew Leverage Show. We want to make sure that each and every single one of our races and communities are more empowered in everything. Even in our own black community, we're empowered and we're more knowledgeable about the tools and access that we actually have available to us. And tonight and everything, man, my sis, Leslie, I'm telling you right now, she's going to come with it. You're going to be able to go ahead and break some of the things down in those questions that some of you guys may have been looming and having. And some of you guys have been saying, hey, we've had this conversation, but don't know where to pull a trigger or not on some things. You guys and everything will be able to have a more in-depth conversation tonight with that. All right. Listen, also tonight, before we go ahead and get into this, you guys make sure you guys keep my wife in your prayers. While I was at the funeral for my uncle, in the midst of that, my wife went on ahead and sent a text to me about her uncle passing at the same time while I was in the funeral. So make sure you guys, man, go ahead and send a prayer. We look like we're both catching it on both sides, my side as well as her side. Send a prayer out for my wife and her family as they go through the loss of her uncle, Clifford, who wind up passing away over this weekend. So you guys, man, truly, again, we are here each and every single week because of what you guys and everything do. You guys give us the strength to come on here each and every single Tuesday night and empower y'all, impact y'all, influence y'all, encourage y'all while we are ourselves dealing with the circumstances of life that we cannot go on ahead, man, and run from. And what better not tonight to be able to go ahead and have an expert talk about what will happen and everything, man, with policies when someone does actually leave this earth, or even while you're still here, how can you take advantage of those policies? Then my sis, Leslie Hawkins. So shout out and everything, man, to that, man, for tonight. It's really and everything, man, going to be a good night. It's emotional night because, again, this is coming between, this broadcast had been planned months ago for those and everything, man, who want to know. And literally it's becoming between the loss of two family members, my uncle as well as my wife's uncle. Literally, boom, this broadcast is right dead smack in the middle of that. So you guys and everything, tough as it is, we're going to get through this. And not only we're going to get through this, we're going to go higher with this and go to another level that we have never went to before. All right, so make sure you guys are tuned in. Make sure you guys are sharing. Go grab your wives, husbands, and wifeys, go grab your husbands, or go grab the kids, or go grab your neighbors. Send this out to somebody, because somebody, I'm telling you, will need this information to be able to navigate themselves through life and have more productive and better outcome than the hand that they've been playing. I'm telling you, it's going to change some lives tonight. Let's check the temperature out tonight, man, in the room. Let's see who's in the building. Shout out to my guy, Kennard Haney. How did I know he was going to be the first one in the building? My guy, a.k.a., man, kill him with a can. Kill him with a can, man. Hello, Lambo Drew and the Leverage Show family. Knock it out the park tonight with Miss Hawkins Pierce. Yes, Big Ken. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you. Listen, make sure y'all go follow my guy, Kennard Haney's channel. He's definitely pumping out some really great content. Got a chance to go on ahead and see the interview between him and Mr. Jamal Titus with Mr. Kennard Haney's family member. I think it was his cousin, if I'm not mistaken, cousin or brother. I think it was his cousin, he said on the broadcast. So I got a chance to tap into that and seeing some of the great information that they was actually able to bring out, man, and inform. Tap into my guy, Kennard Haney, and follow Jamal Titus' channel as well on YouTube. You guys are truly bringing out some good information. Shout out to my baby. My wife is in the building. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Leverage Show. Thank you, baby. I'm trying to tell you this right now. We in here doing it, rocking together in life, man, doing what we do best. Thank you for support each and every single week. She is doing her thing. That's my rib, man. She make it happen, man, with a little hot sauce on the side. You understand? Not the Tabasco. That'll burn a man and everything, man, down. Burn a man up. Jamal Titus, shout out to you. Lambo Drew is in the house, man. What's in the building? JT and everything, man. Got to reach back at you. You already know Lambo Drew got back in the city and have literally been off to the races of getting everybody, man, taken care of, man, squared away. So shout out to my guy, Jamal Titus in the building. Again, go follow Jamal Titus's channel. He has a YouTube channel as well. Thank God and everything, man, for these men like Kennard Haney and Jamal Titus who are stepping up, doing some amazing things, man, out there and educating the family. All right? Shout out to your Prophetess Williams is in the building. Linda Williams, prophesy. Man, thank you, mother-in-law, man, for tuning in. Another great Tuesday night. We love you. We thank you. We truly appreciate you. Money, shout out to you for tapping in the building. Thank you. My guy, Larry, what it do? Man, Larry, pop off, man. Pop it off. What up, Lambo, man? Man, Lambo is in the building doing what we do. Shout out, Larry, to your entire family, to your entire existence, man. Definitely, man, been in my prayers as well, dude. So, man, keep doing what you do, my guy. All right? We getting ready to get down with the get down tonight, though. For real. Shout out to you, Miss Cynthia Davis. Hello, Lambo Drew in the community. Thank you, Cynthia Davis. Welcome again, man, for another Tuesday night on the Leverage Show. You guys are truly amazing. My wife giving out the prayer hand emojis. Thank you, man. Definitely prayers for you and the fam. LA Law is in the building. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm sorry to hear about your loss. Thank you, LA Law, man. Truly, 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 your prayers are in the building, man. And we thank you for your prayers, truly, and everything, man, for the prayers for the family of the Williams side, man. It's definitely a great loss, but guess what? We are not in everything, man, out. We're going to keep going, man, and go harder. Prayers for all you, all Lambo and Mrs. Lambo. Thank you, Mr. Kennard Haney, man. Truly, truly, truly appreciate those prayers, man. Y'all keep them coming tonight, man, for real. Cynthia Davis, thank you for your prayer and the comfort during this journey for your family is on. Thank you, Miss Cynthia Davis. Truly, truly, truly an amazing thing, man. We bless you. And my baby says, thank you, everyone. Oh, man, I'm trying to tell you, thank you, man. We truly thank you guys for each and every single one. And Mr. Kennard Haney said, yes, that was his cousin, Mr. Haney, who was on the broadcast with his Ken's cousin. Really, really, really went on ahead, man, and talked about some great things, man. So for those who missed it, man, please go ahead and tune in and catch that replay out, man. I'm pretty sure they'll be sharing it on their channels. All right? So listen, without further ado, we're bringing on my sis from another miss. You understand? Or should I say my sis from the same miss? Because Missy Mama, which is my mother-in-law, this is actually a spiritual daughter as well. Leslie and everything, man, is not just only a sister, but she's a friend to the family, a very close friend to the family. Someone we truly appreciate and we truly admire. Someone we can laugh with, joke with, talk with, roll on the ground, crack up laughing and everything, man, get back up, and she will slap hands on you and start speaking the word of God over you in the same tone. So we're so thankful, man, for Miss Leslie and everything, man, who decided to say, you know what, Lambo, I would love to come on your show. And I kind of dragged her. I kind of like twisted her arm, like, sis, you coming on the show. You got too much knowledge and too much wealth of wisdom, especially in her field and her background and where she's came from literally from up the ladder and everything, man, and dealing within the corporate side of things. I'm so proud of her, especially for what God and everything, man, has brought to her and bring it to her literally even on this broadcast. So tonight, without further ado, I bring to the host and to the Leverage Show, welcome my sister, Miss Leslie Hawkins Pierce is in the building. Whoa!
Hello, everyone.
What it do, Miss Leslie? I may want to go. I told you, man. I may want to run after this one, man.
You was right. You said you drugged me kicking and screaming.
I sure did, man. I drugged you kicking and screaming to this Leverage Show because I know truly what you have been a blessing. And when I got a chance to see and know what my sis really do, I was like, oh, yeah, you coming on. You is not getting ready to escape this. And I wouldn't have any other person to speak to all of these people and all the thousands of people, man, each and every week who tune into the broadcast. I thank you guys for making the Leverage Show what it is. So I had to bring you to the show. Thank you, sis, for accepting this invitation.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome, man. Talk to him, sis, man. How you feeling tonight? You feeling loose as a goose?
Oh, no, not yet.
Not yet. Hey, Larry, where you at? I may have to get the bartender Larry up here, man. He got the Grey Goose on deck. Now,
you want me to fall off this chair?
I want to fall off the edge, man. You got shout out to my guy Larry in the building, man. My guy, man. You know what time it is.
Hey, Larry Love.
man, you know we showing love, man. Whatever the case may be, man, for real. It's getting ready to go down and we getting ready to have a good time. Well, listen, Leslie, without further ado, tell the people, man, about yourself. I'm trying to tell you this right now. They already laughing. Larry saying LOL. He already know. Man. He'll be out there, man, making it happen, man, turning it up. And can I say, yeah, you get there. Yeah,
you drug me by my braids virtually. You like, come on.
I gotta drag you because this information is priceless, especially when I have so many people, man, running these plays and they're running the plays wrong. And tonight we're going to talk about it and everything, man, how to run this great play right, especially when it comes down to the insurance thing. And I'm going to let you go ahead and take over. But listen, tell the people and everything, man, about yourself, man, a little bit about your background and everything and how we got to this point of where we're at tonight, Miss Leslie.
Okay, well, again, my name is Leslie Hawkins Pierce. I live in Columbus, Ohio, in a suburb. I am a wife, a mother, and a grandmother. So I have 2 biological children. Then I have 3 additional children, bonus kids that I inherited in my marriage. And then my bonus kids have 2 additional kids. So altogether we have 3 grandchildren. There's 5 kids, and and just a whole big melting pot of a family and friends. So I've been licensed in insurance for since 2007. I've worked, in the financial service industries in different capacities. Straight out, oddly enough, you sent me some questions, but oddly enough that, I've been in the financial industry since my first job out of high school was in banking. So, and it was, I remember even working 2 jobs for an insurance company as well as for a bank. And I was a teller in a window, and my boss caught me cross-selling a product through the drive-through window. And it was just something that was natural. And she's like, hey, do you want to move to one of our other locations into a different position? So I guess it's kind of been naturally innate in me to kind of educate and, talk to people about benefits. And so they don't leave anything on the table. And then, like I said, in 2007, I ended up getting licensed. So, and the rest is kind of history. Even then, I still worked in the healthcare industry in like management and operations. And what was it? A year ago, actually, it's been a year now that I stepped out totally on faith through some, circumstances that were not planned at all. And I was like, you know what? I was praying and like, Lord, what am I supposed to do now? And this is, he was like, you're going to work your license and you're going to help people. So here I am. And like I said, I've been doing it part-time, kind of, that was my side hustle. But I feel like I'm a Jamaican because I think I can do anything. So for those who know me, like, I always got some kind of little side hustle on the side.
listen, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with y'all, man. When I see my sis, like literally, like I'm telling y'all something I know now, she's got like so many different things that she's doing. But like she's a master, like she's like a nail technician and everything, does nail. I'm like, yo, I need to get these jacked up feet of mine done. Because man, my wife be scared. I be touching her, cutting her all up in the bed and everything. Like, look, boy, you gotta get something done with that, man. But at the same time, like that was so versatile. And also, like she's like a diehard football mom. So for all you guys football heads out there, she's like the diehard football mom that I know, for real, man. I'm telling you, she's like, look, Carlene Ford said, yes, you can do it. They out there, man, already supporting and showing love, man. So it's like with her, she's amazing. My sis, she's doing really great things. And that's what we're excited for about. So even though you haven't did this stuff, you got to talk to us and everything. Why insurance out of it all? You got to let me know.
Well, man, why not? There's so many things like, I've worked in insurance in so many different capacities from claims to appeals, adjudicating and making decisions as far as health insurance, then working in operations as a center operations director and a practice administrator and, for some of the larger health systems here in Columbus, Ohio. I have a master's degree in business and health administration, but at the end of the day, those credentials, I feel like only reason why I got them is because that's what God needed me to do. Sometimes we are such a credential driven world, people want to know what my friend says, you have all the alphabets behind your name. And, so people want to know, what makes you valid? What makes you, what makes you an influencer? How can you tell me what do you know? And so basically, we just have to do those things. But insurance, oh goodness, I have even experienced myself so many losses. My husband and I have been married for 9 years, and even when we look back at our wedding video, there are probably over 10 people that were in that video who are no longer with us.
Wow.
And, so, I think Nationwide Insurance pegged it when they said life comes at you fast, because, we don't expect it. There's a scripture in James that says that life is like a vapor. And if you think about like a vapor of smoke, it's like there, and then next thing you know, it's gone. And so what are we going to do with it? I think that, a lot of times just the lack of knowledge, the lack of understanding, it makes us not, be prepared. Like I told you earlier, I worked in healthcare operations, and as a center operations director. And when I left that organization, that's where, well, prior to me leaving is where I actually met my business partner, Robert Hearns. So within this year, we opened up our own brokerage company. Is called Hawkins and Hearns Insurance Services. So really great. He's been in the industry. When we met, it was like purpose meeting purpose. He is a man of God. He's a minister, a family man, husband and a father, just an all around great guy. I would be remiss to not say anything about him, because we truly sharpen each other. So, where I lack, certain areas, he is able to compliment me, and vice versa. So we both are very passionate about helping people. One of our things is if you don't create a plan for yourself and for your family, then the government is going to create a plan for you. You said it best earlier. You're either going to leave a will or you're going to leave a bill. And, I've seen just that. And, a lot of times people, they don't want to invest in their, they don't want to get life insurance. They don't want to get, they don't want to create a will. They think those things are unnecessary. Like, I don't have anything to leave behind, but you actually do. And whether it's a little or a lot, whatever you do, you want to protect it to be able to, give it to your family, and not allow the government, your local government, to suck it up, and then till there's nothing at all, and all your family has is just a memory. So you don't want that memory to be tainted. You want that memory to be, joyful, and happy. You don't want people to think like, oh God, all they left me was these, trying to figure out how I'm going to bury them. And I'll tell you a personal story. My father-in-law, he was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. And I had been talking to him for years, like, you want to get a life insurance policy? Let's just get something to bury you. And he was like, I'm using my money for the living and not for the dead. Nope, I'm using all my money. And so he did. He was a giver. I mean, there was nothing that he would not do for any one of, our family members, especially, my son and, and his kids. And he wouldn't, he refused. Now, my mother-in-law, she's like, sure, I trust you. I'll do whatever you suggest. But him, he's like, no, I'm using my money for the living and not for the dead. And so my husband asked, he goes, so he passed away. And then what happens? We stuck with figuring it out, basically, So still there was a way to do it smart and not use a GoFundMe or, sell fish dinners or chicken dinners or things like that. But he was a very simplistic, humble man. He didn't want any obituary notices or anything like that, which made things a little bit easier. But still, it left, a stain on, my husband and my brother-in-law. They're like, well, what are we supposed to do? So you don't want to leave that. And my sister was the same way. She, at 38 years old, she died. And she didn't have anything in place. Like, we don't expect that, I do have another, it was a colleague, and he became a friend of mine, but he did have insurance, but he wanted to get more to be able to leave a even bigger inheritance for his son. And I did the quotes for him. He kept putting it off and putting it off. And at 56 years old, he was a part of a fraternity. He went to a HBCU, homecoming game, and he had a stroke. Like at the pre-events before the day before the game, he had a stroke. Ended up in the hospital. That was in October. While he was in the hospital, he ended up contracting COVID from a family member. I mean, from a healthcare worker. In March, he died. We never finished our business. And while he did have something for it set in place for his son, he didn't have everything that he didn't have the benefit that he wanted for him. And so nobody knows the day or the hour, when it's going to happen. So things like that tug at my heart. I also work I deal with health insurance as well. So I'm like all over, I have this smorgasbord of services that we offer. And I sit down with a lot of underserved individuals, seniors, who are living off of, anywhere from $400 to $700 a month, who don't have any type of death benefit. And they barely have the money to pay for it because, they're worrying about how they're going to eat.
Yeah.
I sat down with somebody today. They didn't have anything, but her main concern was how they were going to eat.
Wow.
So,
wow.
And she made too much money. Her and her husband made too much money to get into any type of assistance. So, there are a lot of hurting people out there.
Whoa. Back this up. You said that they made too much money for them to get assistance, but she didn't have enough money to figure out how she was going to eat. And she's elder. She's in her elders, right?
Yes.
This should not be allowed. I'm just being real in our community or our culture. This should not be allowed. There has to be somebody to stand up there and educate them, like what you're doing. I mean, getting on this broadcast, like somebody is out there. They've been really probably like sitting on the fence, like, oh, that broadcast is about insurance and stuff like that. I don't, and you passively put it away, not knowing what the biggest misconception, the late great Kobe Bryant says, the biggest misconception to us all is that we all think we have what? Time. We all think that we have time. And the sad part about it is that we don't know exactly what the time that we do have. And I tell people, I said, a lot of times put something in place, because when you're looking into the eyes of your family, of your friends, of people who truly love you, they love you based up off of who you are to them. And then the moment that your life literally ends, now they go to who you are to them, to who you were to them. And the biggest thing that you can give somebody is something a little back, more than just a memory. Help them out. Sometimes that may be able to, and I hate to say this, I've watched where policies has changed somebody's generational wealth. Literally the whole circumstances around. And we're going to talk about that. What are some of those advantages of having policies in place?
Well, policies have, if you're looking at life insurance policy, whether it's term or, or whole life or universal life, the number one benefit is basically that you are leaving some type of inheritance, whether it's big or small, and you're not leaving them with a bill. You're not leaving them wondering what to do. For those who can't afford something, with maybe a couple $100,000, or some people can't even afford $100,000 policy. But if you leave something enough to even just be able to take care of your burial, at least that. If you can leave at least that, like you said, you're not leaving them the burden with the bill. And if you can pre-plan and write out your final wishes, and I even also life lessons too, to your family, that when someone passes away, in that first 24 hours, there's about 150 questions that have to be answered in that first 24 to 48 hours.
Mm.
And if you have ever had anybody pass away close to you and you've been in there, like you can't think.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like I said, my sister passed away in 2015. And the thing that I remember my mom saying is, I only have 2 daughters. She was literally out of it. She, you know, I handled everything, all the arrangements between her and my stepdad. They couldn't think clearly. They couldn't think clearly at all. So, you know, so first of all, you leave them at least with an initial plan, you know, so a plan how to remember you and, you know, the opportunity to pay for it. That's number one. You can also, policies have an opportunity to leave some type of financial inheritance, to be able to, you know, if you have kids that are under 18 and they're still in school, you know, look at their future. If you have a wife, you know, look at their future, you know, okay, we have this home. How much is it going to cost if my income was lost for them to continue to be able living the lifestyle that they're living, if not better, if I'm not here? So that, you know, I've seen spouses pass away and people have been left like, what do I do now? You know, now my income went from this to this, you know, and so they're wondering, they're trying to rob Peter to pay Paul and just believe in God for some kind of blessing, just to make it on a day-to-day basis. So you're looking at, you know, how your kids going to school, you know, your kids getting through school, keeping a roof over their head, keeping that lifestyle, you know, at least of what you used to providing for them, if not better. Those are, and then you can also use them as a living benefit. So you can set up insurance policies as a way for generational wealth, as well as to use for retirement income to help supplement whatever income that you already have set up.
Well, that was my next question. Hey, you know, like we talked about all of this stuff about, you know, setting up it for in case something was to happen to you in the long run. And that way your family is a lot more comfortable. Today and everything, I did something today, and I'm going to be real with you. I did something today where I sat down with my wife and I said, hey, these plans and these investment plans are for you. This got your name on it. You have access. Long as and everything, man, the money is continuously to end this, you will continuously to keep making money, regardless. Now, I'm expecting me to live another 56 years. Lambo will live a Lambo life. But the inevitable happens to us all. You have to some people may have to have this conversation with their spouses today or their partners.
Their children.
Their children. You have to have this conversation. But also, if you are still living, now that you've taken care of, if something was to happen if you pass away, let me know how I can leverage this while I'm living. Because I done seen some money ways on here that people can leverage this. And I found this out, that the wealthy stay leveraging themselves within policies, in and out of policies that are not taxed, that are not taxed and everything else. And so let us know about those, because we're on the leverage show. Let me know how to leverage while I'm still living, not while I'm dead.
So, right. Absolutely. So, you know, for instance, I have a 2-year-old granddaughter, and I presented a case scenario for, you know, my daughter that, you know, I presented a couple different scenarios. One for $60 a month, another for, you know, $150 a month. Now, of course, the $150 a month, it was a index universal life policy. She's young. You know, she doesn't have any health conditions right now, which is, you know, really great to be able to capitalize on that. Like, hey, because we all know that life insurance policies go by your age, your height, your weight, your health condition.
Mhm.
And so, those are, fundamental. You don't want to wait because, let me put a pin in it real quick, because a lot of us who are employed, with organizations that offer life insurance policies, those policies are only good while you're working there. They're
Yeah.
not transferable,
Yeah.
So it's good to capitalize on that, take
Yeah.
advantage of that benefit. And then it's also good to have something outside of work. You see it all the time. People work for companies for 20, 30, 40 years, or are in the workforce and they have a policy through their job. But the moment they retire or something happens, God forbid, they're not able to work, then they don't, they need a policy because it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. It's not transferable. So then you're left with looking at higher premium options that are based on your height, weight, and your current health condition, and whether or not you're a tobacco user or not. So, and that's another thing, whether or not you're a tobacco user, a lot of times it doubles your premium.
Whoa. Smoking or being a tobacco user doubles your premium?
Absolutely.
I've seen some of the people who I know who came up in
what's the risk factor?
Yeah. They've lived like 80, 90, 100 years still smoking. We call them Joes in New Orleans. Still smoking on Joes, man. Yeah. And you mean to tell me they double their risk factor for that?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So would that be on the same level as a pre-existing condition or what?
It's not necessarily a pre-existing condition. It's like, insurance companies look at it as a risk. So if you're somebody who jumps out of planes for, a hobby, that's just as big of a risk as, somebody who smokes or vapes.
Oh, so hold on. What about those who drink? Listen, I know we got people watch the Leverage Show. They in there getting their swing. So you got to let me know. Do they ask this when you're actually writing the policies up? Because I would like to know.
Yes, they ask, are you, do you consume alcohol? If so, how much? What's the frequency of your use? They ask that.
So hold on, time out. Now the Queen of England, God bless her soul, she just passed away this past week. And I heard that she drunk a thing of gin each and every single night. Is that, I think it was in a little swig or something like that of gin every night. That was her thing. And she lived to be almost 100 years old. And
there's a difference though. Think about it.
Talk to me.
There's a difference between someone who casually consumes, so it sounds like you're saying Queen Elizabeth had a shot of gin every night before she went to bed.
Every night.
A shot.
Yeah.
But think there are people who drink more than a shot in one setting.
Okay.
So there are people who may consume, I've seen people consume a gallon of liquor, hardcore liquor, in a couple of days. So that's like repeated. That's alcoholism. And so the effects that has on one's body, scientifically, I'm not a doctor. I've worked in the healthcare industry for a long time, but I'm not a clinician. But you see the effects of it. We've seen it in our own families, cirrhosis of the liver, or kidney problems and so forth. So
okay.
Yeah.
So okay.
And we have to eat in moderation. So you got to drink in moderation. So
I know, but that's the thing. On some of these questionnaires, when they're asking you, do you smoke? Do you drink? Do you do this? Well, you're some people saying, well, yeah, I have a shot every 2-3 days. Is that a person now who they have deemed unworthy to be able to have a policy?
I know it's the excessiveness. It's the excessiveness. And, you know, if
So
you're,
what if can a person lie and get past that? If they be like, I know I'm drinking like, hey, 2 gallons a day, you know, are they going to go ahead and check the liver to see and everything? Like, man, look, bro, this thing right here says you've been drinking 1 gallon a day. I mean, like, how do they check that at this point? I really would like to know, even though I know they do a physical, but how do
right.
they
So
check
there,
that if a person is accessible?
so think about this. There are some policies that, that don't require a medical exam. And there are some policies that do. And a lot of times it depends on the carrier, it depends on the insurance product, and it all depends on the amount that the person is trying to get insured. So like I said, there are different products. There are plans that you don't require a medical exam, but guess what? They do what they call an MIB report. M
What
as
is
in Mary,
that?
I,
Write that down.
M as in Mary, I as in Indian, B as in boy. Medical Information Bureau. Just like your credit bureau, there's a Medical Information Bureau report that's pulled. And so a lot of us don't read the fine print, you know, when you're filling out these applications, but it says like, you know, do you give us the right to, they look at, sometimes people even pull a soft credit report. So yes,
they're pulling your credit for health insurance and life insurance.
In life insurance, sometimes they do.
Man,
Depending on you know the policies, they definitely do a soft credit when you're getting homeowners and you know and commercial property, you know, and things like that for property and casualty. But in addition to that, in my B report, there's a prescription drug report as well. Okay. So what prescription drugs that you are currently on. So you can lie and say, or you can say you've been on something. You know, I've seen times where someone may take a medication. I can't think of anything right off the bat. They've taken a medication for one thing.
Vicodin.
Well, and it's had. Look, I'll use this. Have you ever been to Miami, Florida, and taken the boat tour on? On the water, and they're like over here to the right.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, over here to the right is the biggest drug dealer in the world, and it was the man who manufactured Viagra.
Yeah.
And Viagra was originally created for, I think, like a heart condition, if I'm not mistaken.
Now, hold on, time out. Now, Viagra was created for a heart condition?
It was created, yeah, it had a medicinal use, not for erectile dysfunction.
How did they get that mixed up like that?
Let me see. It was, no, I'm sorry. It was originally created, for hypertension and cardiovascular disease. That was their original purpose for it. And then they found, and a lot of medications are used like that. It was created for one thing, and then someone discovered that, hey, it fixes something else.
Man, this is amazing to hear this, because it's like, man, you're like, whoa, did that just say what it said? Like, so this guy became a billionaire off of him accidentally creating something that he thought that would help out people and probably live a little bit longer, man. Wow.
Right. And so I use that as example. So say if someone was prescribed a low dosage of Viagra for, cardiovascular disease or hypertension, and if they were to pull that prescription drug report and it said, well, you're on Viagra, what are you using this for? You didn't list that on there. They'll come back and ask, like, what's the purpose of this? Where generally you'll have to, your doctor may have to submit some type of report or explanation as a result. So, even though sometimes medical exams are not required, there is a level of due diligence that the insurance companies use to determine your insurability and the level of risk that they're taking on someone.
Man, I tell you what, that's a heck of a way to go ahead and find out about the blue pill and the side effects. Like, hey, we're gonna give it to these guys real quick with this high blood pressure. We're gonna leave that one alone. But shout out to the doctor who created that. But that also can affect your
premiums. Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
And your insurability. So
wow. I cannot even believe this. Are y'all feeling this or what, man? This is good. I'm sorry, I done missed all of these questions of everybody who's been in the chats. Shout out to Guy Kennard Haney. Next time you're in Columbus, Lambeau, we get Manny Petties. I just came home tonight. I heard about you, Ken. You're good. Linda Williams is in the building. She's also in TNO. Yes, she is. Shout out to you, Miss Mama Williams. Good evening, family. My guy, Tracy Hughes, is in the building. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Yes, we did, Trace. Thank you. My guy, Points Blank Travel is in the building. Lambeau Drew TNT. What's good, brother? Hello, Leslie. Hello, everyone in the chat. My guy, Points Blank Travel.
Points Blank Travel. So he has his own travel company.
Yes, he does. He got his own channel. That's my guy. Y'all go like and subscribe, man, to my guy, Rod, man. Definitely, he'll be back on the broadcast real soon. So go ahead. What you want to say?
We also sell travel insurance at Hawkins and Hearns Insurance.
Stop playing. Traveling.
A lot of times people don't realize that their insurance, their health insurance coverage cannot be used in other countries. And so, we do offer medical travel insurance policies that allow them to be covered, wherever they are.
Really?
In case of a medical emergency, you never know. I had a family. They go to Mexico for 2 months every year, and they take, their family comes in and out. So we did. They're like, you know what? Nothing happened to us last time. Just give us the plan. I think it was maybe $1 million coverage with $100 deductible. Well, lo and behold, they got sick. And so they had about $500 worth of bills, but $200 went to their deductible. And they're like, hey, where are we getting all of our money back? Well, you still had $100 deductible, but they were able to get, reimbursed for a portion of it because it could have been worse than what it was. And they were able to get their prescriptions filled while they were there, et cetera. So travel insurance, we never think that we need it, but
yeah, man. Hey, you already know. Y'all get on that travel service. My guy Rod, I know he's definitely, man, to reach out, man. That's my guy. Y'all definitely, man. If y'all really want to have a good time and let's roll, baby, definitely go, man, and tap in with my guy, man. Shout out, get back to it, Rod. I know you will, man. Tracy used to say because some health challenges I've heard have a hard time finding inadequate insurance. What do you think about this, Wes?
So, there is something for everybody. I'm an insurance broker because I am not married to one insurance carrier. So I'm not a captive agent to any carrier. Between my partner and I, there are several carriers that we are insured with. There's something for everyone. And, not only health challenges, you're going to pay for it too, should I say too, the more health challenges you have, and it's about us finding the right fit for you. But people don't, even criminal records.
Wow.
And so, I'm dealing with a situation right now where I'm helping someone who is a restored citizen. They made mistakes, 20, 30 years ago. And, of course, where I'm having to, send all this information to underwriting and write a statement of everything that happened. So again, health challenges, criminal history, medical, you name it. They look at the big risk.
Wow. Even job profession, right? Like if a person was like Wow. Yeah. Because they was telling me about that, man, at one point. So shout out to my sis, PC Smith is in the building. Thank you, PC. I know you came on here supporting me and Les. You had the double whammy on here because us both. But thank you, PC, man. Thank you for your prayers, your love, man. PC, you already know. You're my sis, man. All right. Yep. They asked those questions, PC says. I know she's definitely in that industry as well. So definitely, man. They be asking some tough questions. I'm sitting
But
there.
there is something for everybody.
Yeah, which I'm shocked at. Tracy Hugie says, and because of some health challenges, I have a hard time finding inadequate insurance. I think he already asked that question, huh?
Well, Tracy, give me a call. You can,
I'll post that information. Don't even worry about it. I got you. Yep, Trace, go on ahead, man. Get away. My guy Tracy say, hey, Points Blank Travel, man, showing love, man. To my guy Rod in the building. My guy Rod said, hey, Trace, what's up, man? My guy. And Tracy asks, can he freeze that report, that MIB report that actually looks at, to see if, hey, how's your health doing and stuff like that.
What do you mean, can you freeze it?
He wants to know, can you freeze it? Like, he don't want the insurance to even know what he's got or what he's been through at all, man. That's a good question, Grace, man. Can you freeze
it? I wish you could. Sometimes there are people that have to submit appeals, as a result of things that are on there. And you know what? I'm going to be so honest, being a practice administrator at a primary care, I had a guy, their names were similar.
Okay.
Their dates of birth were similar. And their prescription drug report kept getting crossed. So he was getting this guy's report and it kept coming up in his electronic medical records that he was on all these medicines. And he's like, no, I'm not. Mm-hmm. And so again, it's important that when you go to the doctors, I know it seems like an inconvenience when they ask you to bring all of your medicines that you're taking, whether over the counter or prescribed, but bring them so they can check that stuff off because, especially we're in that, day and age of technology. So the electronic medical records are some places are able to share, across different, healthcare organizations and things like that, as well as the prescription drug report. So it was a big to-do trying to help this gentleman to fight that and submit all of the information to who the like the prescription drug company that to say that he was not on drugs that were coming up on his report. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he did get denied for some insurance, and that was another alert for us too. I'm even, I've gone to the doctors and they're like, okay, we want you to try to take this. And I'm like, no, I don't want to take that because that's going to be, that's going to be on my prescription drug report or my medical information board report. I don't want to do that. What other remedies can we look at? Okay. So, and I know I drive my doctors crazy. But
no, this is a great question because do you think that it's a better approach to go to a more holistic type of approach when it comes to like medicines? What do you think?
I'm not a clinician, so I think that really is a personal decision for people to make. I recently did that. As I think I mentioned to you, I sustained a head injury last year, and I was taking blood pressure medicine, as well as like a anxiety med, because the job that I was working, I was working 7 a.m. to 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, and it was very, very stressful. And the concussion that I sustained and the side effects from the medicine, so the symptoms from the head injury were mirroring the same side effects from the different medicines. And so we couldn't tell whether or not I was getting better. And look, I wasn't getting better. They were like, what's wrong? It's a year later, you're not better. And so I did look at a more holistic approach, and I took myself off of everything that I was taking and, using more homeopathic remedies. And my doctor didn't agree. One doctor didn't agree, but another doctor said, hey, let's watch. Let's see what happens. I went to the doctor today and my blood pressure is 114/74. So, and he's like, hey, if it's working for you, keep doing it.
Right.
But, some doctors, they don't agree with some of those homeopathic remedies and more natural remedies. But then there's others who are like, hey, let's try it.
Yeah, yeah, all for it and stuff like that. Well, we're into anything that's going to help leverage us and stuff like that, man. So thank you for explaining that, Les. Yup, for high blood pressure. PC Smith said that Viagra was for high blood pressure. So for those who are out there, man, who literally wants to take the blue pill, it will go on ahead and take down your high blood pressure and increase other pressures. Okay, so you guys be careful with that, okay? Decreasing one pressure and increasing another pressure. We're gonna leave that alone. All right, Tracy Houston said that was a wonderful side effect. Yeah, I know Tracy was gonna come with it. That's Tracy. Big bro, thank you. Shout out to my little bro in the building, man. Showing love, James Williams, man. I love him. That is Miss Williams' son, man, in the building showing love. Thank you. Kenora Haney said, feed my feet. Now we done got on to this. Kenora getting out here, man, coming to show me that we getting ready to go do a mani-pedi when I get back to Columbus, Ohio, man. So
hey, thank goodness insurance companies don't look at the condition of
they don't look at that condition of your feet or your hands.
Not whether or not your toenails are too long or you got too much crust on your feet. So
I'm
thing, right?
I got them cutters for him, boy. They'll be like, you know what? Get this man what he need. Because he getting ready to kill somebody around here with these cutters. I'm not lying, man. My guy Rod said, Leslie, I don't have a travel company. My channel is about travel internationally or domestically for free using points and miles. In addition, I do discuss credit tips. But he actually travels a lot. He travels a lot. My guy, man, Rod, he's in the mission, man, traveling a lot. And some great information, man, for those who do travel a lot, especially in Rod's community, man, that they will love to go ahead and probably could use some of that travel insurance. So thank you, my guy, Rod, man, for showing love again, man. All right. Kenora Haney say, what's your website and email? And is your initial consultation complimentary or what's your fee?
Yes. All consultations are complimentary. I am an insurance broker, so I get paid based on what I sell. However, I operate with the highest integrity and honesty. I'm the type of person, I don't believe in doing lying to make $1 at all. I don't believe in, cheating to make $1 at all. So I will work hard for you, to get you to find, if we have to keep going back to the drawing board and looking to see what products are best fit you, your needs, your family, your budget, then that's what we'll do. But I'm not about making a sale for gain, for personal gain. We all if you don't work, you don't eat, right?
Yeah.
But I think that the Lord blesses us when we operate in honesty and integrity.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm 100% right about that, man. For real. Now, this is good. This is right here. This has got some. We ain't even made it through half of the questions right now, but this is good for those who don't know. My guy, I knew Larry. Larry was gonna come out with it. Look, I'm gonna tell you what Larry did. Larry went ahead, took that shot back like this. While he was looking at this, and said, "Let me ask a question on the show. Let me ask a big man question." For those who don't know, this is a powerful question, and I'm gonna let Miss Leslie go ahead and read this question.
Okay, Larry is asking, can I put more money in the insurance so I can withdraw it later? And if so, how much? Well, that question is a loaded question. And it has a lot of moving parts to that. So a lot of moving parts.
Break it down from you on the Leverage Show. Talk to her. I want to break it all the way down. Because this is what a lot of people are doing these days. I even talked about this where a lot of people are front-loading policies. And let's even talk about a situation that actually happened where a lady that we know mutually was trying to front-load a policy. And we can kind of go in and go ahead, Leslie. I'm going to let you do your thing.
Okay. Well, you have to be careful. There again, like I said, this situation has a lot of moving parts, and you have to be careful that you don't over fund the policy. Like, say, I'll use for example, you can't have $100,000 policy and you overfund it, because then it becomes a MEC, which is a modified endowment contract. So that's where you get into taxation that is no longer looks like a life insurance policy, because you're trying to overfund it, and what you're putting in is more than what the yearly annual premium is. So you get yourself in trouble. There are opportunities where you could look at a 7-pay, like to pay that policy over the course of 7 years. But when a policy becomes a modified endowment contract or a MEC, it removes the tax benefits of withdrawals that you can make from the policy. So then if you overfund it, then the IRS is like, okay, what are you doing? It creates a red flag, and then you get taxed on that money when you withdraw it. So, but there are ways. Okay. There are ways. Like I started to tell you earlier, like for instance, I did a quote for a family on their 10-year-old daughter, and the premiums were about, because they were looking at some generational wealth, that the policy was, I think, like $1 million face value. And man, by the time she was in her 60s with the non-guaranteed insurance rates, by the time it came for retirement, she was going to be able to, at 66, start receiving over 300, that as long as it kept up with the performance of the stock market, she could receive about $300,000 a year paying her. And that policy, the performance of it over those years was about anywhere from $2 to $4 million, if I'm remembering correctly. So she could say, look at that cash value. He's like, you know what, at 60, I'm just going to cash this out, put her everything in place, have her, a trust and everything set up for her family. That's generational wealth. And still be able to collect $300,000 a year until she was 90 years old. Like, that's generational wealth. So again, it depends. And I think it's wise, if you can afford, if your kids are young and they don't have any health conditions, is to start, a whole life or universal life policy for them. If that, if you can afford it, because it gets frozen for the rest of their life. And, when you hear somebody's paying, let's just say $60 for a policy that their parents got for them when they were little, and now it has all this cash value that they could possibly use it to, for when they get married, or they can use it for college, or, or they can use it as, some type of retirement income, later on. There's so many different benefits, living benefits that that policies, life insurance, whole life or universal life policies have, other than just the death benefit. So you can't, you have to be really careful with that, Larry, because you don't want to raise some red flags with the IRS. However, there are ways to fund it where you can use that money and basically create your own little bank and create generational wealth.
Listen to me. Y'all see this nod like this. I'm telling y'all, it's factual. You guys can create that. But you do have to be careful, like Leslie said. Can't be out there, man. And that was you and Leslie, we shared information back and forth and stuff like that. And, there are people who are out there who are teaching this. Yes, there is a way that you can do it. That is not taxable, but there is a way that if you do it, will raise red flags, like Leslie said. And the IRS,
hey, we're not attorneys, I'm not I don't have my series license. I thought about getting my series license. I told you I think I can do everything, but one of the things that, there are ways that you could create, and earn tax-free income
Yeah.
by utilizing these.
Yeah.
So
So
there's something for everybody.
So hold on, man, and I'm piggybacking because Larry is, this is my guy Larry. He sit there, he does this look like this. He does left, he does right, and then he goes like this. He's like, my wheels are spinning, and his wheels start spinning. So I'm getting ready to go ahead and I'm getting ready to piggyback on this. Is it a way where the policy, if front loaded like that, can be used if they wanted to do real estate? And we actually had a client who were trying to put equity from the policy into that. How does that work? And if it works? And it's a two-part question. And is there a way where a trust can be actually made from the policy as well?
So there is a way that you can front load a life insurance policy. Again, it's based on an individual basis, and you have to be careful. You can utilize the funds out of that for real estate investments. Some people are doing reverse mortgages and things like that, and stifling getting a loan and refinancing their home and taking that equity, and they're utilizing it for to invest in insurance products as well. That's not always recommended, especially, you got to think about suitability, and, if somebody is taking all that they have and putting it in there, you got to think about the risks that come along with it too, because you're looking about how conservative or aggressive that you are. There are other insurance products, not just life insurance, that you can be able to front load those in about 30, 60, or 90 days, start drawing from the dividends as well. But again, it's all about the amount of money that you have, the risk that you're willing to take, how soon that you're trying to, realistically, how soon you're trying to, withdraw or utilize some of that money. So you got to be careful because of tax purposes and penalties and fees and things like that. So, I mean, there is something for everyone. The wealthy have been doing it for years. We're just not catching up.
That's where I'm going. So, this question, boy, is loaded. This is a loaded question, like she said, the moment that Larry asked. But I'm right here with my sis. We getting ready to go back and forth with this. I would love to know is there a way where if someone is in the stock market, how does that affect them between crypto, stock market, all of that, with investing in these policies like this?
So an insurance carrier, you can take the money. The insurance company, sometimes they don't care where the money comes from.
Whoa, say that again.
Sometimes, it just depends. So again, we got to make sure that we stay in IRS parameter and guidelines, and that this is a insurance is a investment tool, so we are held to anti-money laundering, criteria. So however, if you took the money from your Forex or crypto or whatever, basically they're not asking where you get the money from, but they are looking at sometimes suitability, to make sure that somebody is not investing all that they have into a product, and they don't have the amount of money you still got to have 3 to 6 months of what your bills are to be able to live, because they don't want somebody to put all their eggs in one basket. So you could take the dividends earned and from those investments and use it to fund an insurance product.
So what you're saying, I want to hear it loud and clear, sis. What you're saying is, if we can prove that we have 3 to 6 months availability of funds available to live off of, we can actually use this to put into a policy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that taxable? or non-taxable at that point?
That's a good question.
Just depends on how it's set up. Then,
It
right?
just depends on how it's set up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Because again, if you overload it and put too much money in, then it becomes a mech. And then, they're saying, oh, you really can't, we don't want you taking this out until after 59 and a half years old. And, they're looking at it and they're taxing you based on that.
Boy.
But the money has to be drafted from a bank account, or, it can't be taken from this crypto it has to go from one bank account to fund the policy. Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes
okay.
So as long as it passes. So let me get this right. If it passes from a crypto wallet to a business bank to fund this policy, is that legitimate? Then that's
yes.
the way to
yes.
fund it. Okay. That's all I need to hear. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all we need to hear at that point. Okay. So we're gonna get more into that. Don't even worry about that, because we got more firepower with that, man. But yes, okay. PC Smith, we're going to another question, because this thing is almost going to get out of hand with all these comments coming in. With some health challenges, the premiums can be high, or they can go up in increments every 5 years. Okay.
Yeah, depending on the type of product that that the person gets. So
okay,
it just depends.
Okay, all right. And Tracy is laughing. He's a credit guy. Speaking on him being able to block and freeze his information and stuff like that.
You're like, can we dispute? You can dispute stuff that's on your Medical Information Bureau report. You can dispute it, just like you can dispute stuff that's on your Credit Bureau report.
Hold on, you guys are your MIB report?
Yes.
So if I'm like, yo, they got this like collection and stuff like that of, me coming in this hospital, and I don't feel like this bill and everything should have been that high, I'm going to dispute this thing, man.
No. I'm talking about the medical information that's reported. So, for example, remember I used the guy the two gentlemen had similar names and dates of birth, and then their charts were being mixed up electronically. So he had to go through a process where he disputed it. So some of the stuff that was on his report.
Wow.
And so, some of that, consisted of, medical records, a letter from his physician and so forth. So it can be done. I wish you could freeze it and be like, don't report anything after age 15.
Okay.
I wish you could.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, I'll be like, hey man, I was 16 years old. I was at 22. Now I'm at 28, at that point and stuff like that. No, but that's good, because I do think that what if someone is misquoted the wrong way because there's misinformation on the MIB report? Like, could a person turn around and say, hey man, this quote is kind of high, and then get that report pulled so that they can actually get an adequate quote rather than...
That's not what the quote is based on. The quote is based on your age, your height, your weight, your medical history. And so if it's a so that's what the quote is based off of. Now, when the application goes to underwriting, that's when and they start digging.
Okay.
That's when things come up. So if underwriting said, I know you quoted them, I'm just going to use something low. Like, I know you quoted them $50 a month for this, but based on the findings, it's going to be $100 a month. Okay. And the underwriting will share those findings with the applicant. Okay. So, and you can request that and ask why. They may even ask for additional information from the applicant. But that's where it's what they find when they do those reports and get a person's medical records and medical history.
Okay. I like that. My guy Ken said, what's your views on natural or holistic?
I believe that, in the beginning, God created the earth. And
hey, you better stop that, man. In that beginning, boy, I'm about to start preaching right there, man. Hey, so in other words and everything, man, she ain't gonna say it, but hey, man, she's for it and everything, a more natural approach when it comes to things. So I feel that in for you.
I'm 52 years old, and I'm learning to embrace that and look for alternatives versus, prescribed medication. I mean, the person who created these prescription drugs, they're gifted. God bless them with, the wisdom and the knowledge and the creativity to be able to do these things. I think that we as humans, sometimes we abuse, we abuse them. And so, look, our phone was created for a purpose. Yeah. I think Miles Monroe said it best. When you don't understand the purpose of a thing, you abuse it or you misuse it.
Yeah.
And so,
that's bars. Look, I almost want to do this mic drop. Bars, man. Yeah. Shout out to my guy, Dr. Miles Monroe.
I know. What an awesome.
Golly, my pioneer, man. My God.
Yeah.
You know, I already say men shouldn't wear sandals unless they get pedicures. You know what, Kennard? We getting ready to fight, man. We getting ready to fight, man. I'm gonna put my sandals on. I care less what anybody think, man.
Come on, Drew. Don't do that. Like you'll be the person that come to church that with the crusty feet, and you're trying to look in your Bible and read, and you see those feet, and it's just a distraction. You can't hear the word no more because you're too busy looking at the crust.
I'll be in there, man, flipping my feet up in the air, like, man, what are you waving his feet for? Well, y'all going crazy. Let me wave these feet. They need to get praised too.
Tracy said he would be out.
Sure if it was about the feet. I'm telling you, that feet. If they brought that into the policy to have that a determining factor, it's over with for some of us. Some of us and everything, man, it is done, man. Larry and everything, man, giving me the laughing emoji with the shot glass follow behind, man. You know what it is, man. You don't hear me say, so does a CPA need to be involved in this generational wealth play? I will say yes.
I would say yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes,
absolutely. Because me myself, even learning the hard way, like sometimes we have these great ideas to create a business and things like that. I think a CPA is like needed to help you because there's some things that we don't think of. And I was just listening to someone tell me before, they're like, oh my God, my husband, like every time you turn around, he has all these great ideas, but he misses the details. And she said, and his businesses end up running not as professional as they could be. And she said, because, he's missing some intricate details because they fail to set things up properly, processes and things like that. And we do the same with businesses, the reporting, the record keeping and things like that. We don't do it. And like I said, my friend who worked for the IRS, what he did is he shut down businesses for a living. Wow. And so, and he was a CPA, and he's like, look, this is what you need to do. If you set it up right, you will prevent yourself from, you'll save yourself from having problems down in the long run. Because, a lot of times we have these great ideas like, let's do this, but we forget to plan on the front end because we just want to get it started. So
which a lot of us do that and stuff like that. Where businesses want to go on ahead. You want to see profit. No business just decides that day, hey, we want to see a deficit and work from that. That's not what we're into or nothing like that. Larry say hilarious. You don't know me, Lambo. Hold on, here we go. And Nikki is right underneath, so she knows she can go ahead, man. This will be Larry. That means the wheels are spinning, and my guy getting ready to come with something that's really getting ready to blow your mind, man. When he says it, he's like, it'd be phenomenal, man. Shout out to my guy Larry in the building, man. Nikki, shout out to you, Nikki, man. Thanks for always tapping in, man. Every Tuesday night, man. Shout out to you and Larry, man. They like the perfect 1-2 punch, man. Great peoples, man. Taking out dividends from investment is usually taxable, PC says. So,
again, it just depends on the type of investment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, a lot of times people utilize insurance products because of the the tax-free benefits. Yeah. But again, you have to be careful because you tread a fine line. And like I said earlier, there's a lot of moving parts and pieces. So
I'm going to speak on this. So my guy, shout out to my guy, Marvin Miller, man. And if you guys who don't know Ash Cash, man, shout out to you from Earn Your Leisure, man. Man, yeah. Like I said, I'm going to bring you some heat. I'm going to always go ahead and bring you some heat. There's 1,000,001 ways to run plays. And if you guys know how to run it correctly, you guys can do it. Shout out to my guy, Marvin Miller, who actually teaches how to run that insurance play and has taught thousands of people now how to officially run the insurance play while legally moving your dividends that would normally be taxable to insurance plans and then moving them around. They have to be adjusted the right way. And if they're adjusted, like Leslie said, they won't be taxable at all. That's how the rich stay rich and the wealthy stay wealthy, believe it or not.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Jamal Titus, your boy Jamal, because he introduced me to Marvin, and he's like, "Hey, let me send you some videos. You really like this." And I shared it with my business partner. I swear, like we're up texting each other like, "Did you hear that?" And then he's like, "Are you available to talk?" It's like 11, 12 o'clock at night, and we're like, "Oh my goodness, did you hear that?" So
Marvin Miller is a bad man. Who don't know Marvin Miller, y'all need to go ahead and really going ahead, man, and tap into that cat, man. He's doing some major things, man. All right, major things. So shout out to him on that one. Kenar Haney say, "Let's go, loving this insurance leverage." Thank you, Miss Hawkins Pierce, man. Really showing love. Rachel Foy is in the building. What's up, Miss Rachel Foy, man? Shout out to you, Rachel, man. Rachel was on the broadcast last week. If you guys missed it, you guys missed a good one. Definitely go back, go ahead, tap into that, man. Rachel is out there, man, doing some great things, man. And she came back to show love to Miss Leslie out here today. She said, "I will be back for that broadcast," and she kept her word. She did. Shout out to you, Miss Foy, and everything, man. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Miss Rachel, man. She's doing some amazing things, man, and making some stuff happen, man. So thank you for tapping back in the Leverage Show. All right, Kenar Haney said, "Enough said." He already knows, man, what's popping when it comes down to this. Nikki and everything, man, giving a wonderful man a smiling emoji. She know what time it is. My baby said, "Welkin, that's a majority of his shoes." Yeah, that is a majority of my shoes. Yeah, it is. I don't even get started with that and everything, man. We're gonna keep that moving and everything. Miles Monroe's too, my lady. Oh, yeah, man. Miles Monroe, man, is the man. He's been doing it and stuff like that. No, you getting ready for them feet. Ready to get them feet did. Yeah, I'm ready to get them feet did and stuff like that, man. I need to get these feet did. And then Nikki came back and everything. When I hit him with the Larry, this is Larry. I'm telling you, man, that is him. That's my guy, man. Larry in the building. Shout out to my guy, man. Well, you know it's getting ready to be a mastermind and a great conversation with my guy, Larry. Nikki, shout out to you. Thank you saying word and everything, man. For real, for real. PC Smith said, "I was referring to using stock investments, not insurance." Oh, that's a good one. Yes, stock investments, when it comes to that, man, are definitely taxable on the dividends as well. So, yeah, that is really good, man. But, yeah, we these on this Leverage Show, man, you guys, like I said, we got the ultimate 1-2 punch. Like literally, like if there's two broadcasts that you should not miss, it's tonight and definitely next week. Like it's the best 1-2 points that we got, because Tonight, we're actually talking about insurance and how insurance and everything is used to leverage for right now as well as in the future when you're gone. And you can actually bankroll wealth with this type of information. For those who don't know, this is the information that I'm trying to tell you that people are using to make themselves, man, more wealthier and wealthier. Do you know? And this is a prime example. And for those and everything who don't know, man, we'll find this out. For if you literally take money out of an insurance plan, is there a penalty on that insurance plan, Leslie, if they take money out of their whole policy? Policy. Talk to me. If they pull money from it, if they need to pull money from that policy, is there a penalty for that?
No, there isn't a penalty for that.
None.
Mm-mm.
But if they pull money from their 401k, there's a penalty from that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what are we gonna do? So this whole thing of whole life,
and you gotta pay taxes on that, which you pull out of your 401k. And both of them require that they want you to pay it back, especially with your insurance product, because you don't want to take too much money out that your policy lapses and it doesn't have enough, money going in it to keep it going for a lifetime. But yeah, you got to pay taxes and they give you a penalty.
So, hey, I'm saying this to you guys right now. Like, the best thing, if you guys are going to do it. So let me ask you something. I mean, we've got a bunch of questions, I know, but we're just trying to get through this. But let me say this. Do you believe that because the policies are set up, policies actually gain an APR, right? That like you get interest from the policy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, do you get an interest once you take money from your 401k, or are you paying money back? Let me ask you that question. It's a good question right there.
Say that again.
Are you actually still gaining interest from the 401k once the money is being taken out, deferred to as if you had the money in the policy, gaining money? That's not taxable, where that's not being penalized if you take it out at all.
If you don't have the money in there, how are you going to earn interest on it?
That's a good question, though. The reason because there are some people who believe that. That this is the misconception.
What's your 401k that you still earn?
What's your 401k? So if you take money out of the 401k, like literally, I mean, what are you gaining interest off of? You pulled all the money out, and you pulled just about everything out. Like, what are you gaining money still off of at that point? With the policy, though, if I pulled the money out, am I still gaining money with the insurance policy?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So I just want to know, just in case if somebody wanted to put money in the policy compared to still relying on their 401k, whereas in one continuously that keeps drawing money based off of that entire loan or that entire policy, the way it was written correctly. So if it's $100,000 policy, it's still gaining interest off of the $100,000 policy. Whereas if you take money from out of the 401k, the moment that money is taken out of the 401k, you're not gaining any interest off of anything at that point. Mm-mm. You lose and everything, man. The money of that full cash asset that you took out, you lose the money at that point. It does not gain any more interest for you at that point. Whereas in the policy, if you withdraw that money and start pulling money from that, still acts as if you had the whole policy, that whole initial policy. It still gains interest off of that, which is probably one of the most amazing plays you can actually use to still gain money off of $100,000 rather than you taking $100,000 out of your 401k and you're not gaining any money at all. I would rather it be in the policy once it's set up right, man, from that. So that's an amazing piece for you guys and everything, man, who are out there who don't know about truly running that play. And we're going to give you guys some information tonight so that you guys can get in contact with Leslie after this broadcast and allow Leslie to run some real-time things down with you, run some amazing stuff. And, man, she's got plans, man, to go ahead, man, and put your cow in there. If you guys got a horse, she got a horse. She can put a horse in there and stuff like that. So she's got some amazing plans for those and everything, man, who want to leverage themselves and actually gain even more wealth and kind of do some things, man. Kind of give you guys some breaks, man. So shout out to sis on that. My guy Issa's in the building. Thank you, Issa. Thank you for all the know and the experience shared. My guy Issa said, shout out to my guy Isadora, man, down there in Utah, man. Hey, if you need some great cooking, he's a chef, man. He is a chef, man. So shout out to him, my guy Issa, for tapping in and knowledgeable. He's giving out wonderful, man. Hey, man, Issa, we are here to give out any information that we possibly can that will go on ahead, man, and help further you guys out and help you guys a whole lot better, man, in your journey. I'm telling you guys this right now. Look, Nikki putting a horse on there, and she put the dog on there. Yeah.
No, that's a cow.
Is that a cow?
Yeah, that's a cow. Don't you see the spot?
I look at the spots now. That's the brown cow. I done almost missed it. That's right there. For those and everything who don't know, I must have caught a contact from some of those natural. some of those natural remedies we was talking about. I will leave it alone. No, man. But you already know, man. Listen, we always have a great time, man. You know, I definitely love, man, each and every time, man, that people come to the Leverage Show, man. But you got to let us know, man. You know, I love that you came on the show, all the knowledge that you went on ahead and dropped and stuff like that, man. And I just truly want to know, man, you know, ending with this, man, why should everyone get a policy and why is it important for everybody to get a policy, especially for members of the future and everything else? Give me that. Let me know. Why is it so important for that?
Well, you know, it's really important that everyone has a policy because, you know, what's the old saying? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Okay. So if you fail, you don't let your work die in vain. You know, you want to be able to leave something, protect yourself, protect your family, you know, love, you know, another scripture says love without action is void. And so there's no better way to show your family that you love them than by protecting them when you're gone, you know? So that, to, you know, like I said, to create generational wealth, to create a death benefit, to create a living benefit, take care of your family and don't leave them wondering what they should do or holding the bag, you know? So, and then also we didn't talk about it. I know we hit a little bit, you know, even creating a trust. So, you know, to have your plan put in a trust versus having the government plan, and the government's plan is probate, you know, so, and then you all of that, everything that you worked for is just eaten up, and then your family is still left with nothing. And, you know, it's additional stress on top of the stress of losing somebody that you love, you know, so even if, you know, you can't do a lot, I recommend do what you can to cover them, leave something, you know, even if it's enough for your burial, as well as, you know, even if you can only leave a year's worth of replacing your income or 6 months, but just leave something, do something. Doing a GoFundMe is not that's not protection. And, you know, and a lot of times people don't even realize it, that they even charge you a fee to use the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
They take a piece of that pie too.
Yeah.
They're like, we ain't doing this because we nice. We want a piece of the pie too.
Yeah.
So there's something for everybody, you know. Like I said, between myself and my business partners, we have something for everyone. We didn't talk about it, but, you know, there's also supplemental policies. You know, you think about for critical illness, cancer, accident, disability, you know, dental, vision. And one of my colleagues, we were doing a presentation at a business and we were doing an enrollment and we were talking about some of those supplemental policies. And he said, do you realize how many men, Black men, are diagnosed with prostate cancer? And I thought he said like 3 out of 4 or something to that. It was a crazy number that I was like, whoa. And so he went around counting, and it's like, these men will get it. And so having a supplemental policy so that you can, in the event that something happens to you or you're diagnosed, that you'll have some more money to be able, a living benefit. Again, supplemental policies are living benefits that can help you kind of bridge that gap, to help with some additional expenses that you may have. Accidental policies, I had an accidental policy, and when like I said, I had that concussion, and it paid my car payment for a whole year. So that was something I didn't even have to worry about. So
a car payment for a whole year.
It paid my car payment for a whole year. So,
God, man.
So you're like, well, that's one less thing that I had to worry about.
I got some people, and I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with on the Leverage Show. They've been trying to get out of their car notes. So what you're saying is go get them a supplement, and then I have a couple guys rough them up real bad and everything, man. For a whole year, they stuff paid for. That's what you're saying.
So like whenever you get a loan, like on my car loan, I took out the accident and disability. And I fell, I hit my head, I had a concussion. That was an accident. And I was able to tap into that benefit, and those payments on time went to my credit union and paid that payment. Sometimes we'd be like, I don't want to pay that extra $89. Well, that extra $89, was a blessing to me when the rubber met the road.
Keep playing. I'm going to have people walking around Kroger's and walking around Costco's and Sam's Club with a bottle of water in their hand and baby all in their back pocket. Straight to ground. My back, my neck and my back. I'm going to tell you how to get this money. Welcome to the Leverage Show. I know my guy Tracy Uchi down with that. We will get some money out of the deal.
You are crazy.
My guy Tracy said, Miss Hawkins Pierce, you have a beautiful spirit. God bless you in all of your endeavors. And I pray complete restoration and renewal and a reward for your injury.
I receive.
Oh, man.
Thank you. God bless you.
Oh, we have some of the best customers. My wife said yes on Facebook. There are many GoFundMe accounts. Yeah, they got GoFundMe accounts everywhere. And which is sad. The last part of, I hate to say this, but, me and my wife, we were speaking and everything, man, about her uncle. And my wife said and everything, man, when my family, when somebody passes away, they have stuff already set up, ready to go. Like, they don't have to ask for anything. Like, you ask them, like, yo, if you need something, I'm here. I'm good. They're going to be like, nah, we good. Don't even worry about that. Like, they've had stuff set up, ready to go.
I witnessed it. I mean, you and I have witnessed it. And, by me having the pleasure of being a part of, Prophetess Williams' ministry group, and, and she allowing us to be a part of those things. I've seen people pass away, and oh my goodness, it's a whole celebration of life. They're not waiting, 2, 3, 4 weeks trying to get money together and things like that.
The body that turned color like 4, 5 times.
Right. And then they set their family members out like kings and queens. You're like, whoa, they're doing it, and they're doing it right.
Yeah.
So,
this is what this show is about, man. We just want to be able to do business and stuff like that. Do business the right way. We don't want you guys out there, man, not protecting yourself. As Nikki said, man, protect generational wealth, man. We have to protect the generational wealth, for the future. If you're protecting people behind you, why are you not getting pods? Make sure you're getting policies that are set up that are helping you out, man, for the now, but also helping your family out, man, when you do leave and stuff like that, man. It's huge. You guys want to go ahead and make sure you guys are taking that and reaching out to get this set up. And it doesn't take much. Some of these policies, believe it or not,
you are.
pennies on a dollar, believe it or not. Yeah. And find out where it is. And then you guys can grow. You guys can adjust based off of the income and the money you actually have coming in or what you have available. And I'm pretty sure Miss Leslie will go ahead and go through some great policies and stuff like that. And we're getting ready to give you information because, you know, everybody needs to know. Positive Video says, yes, she does have a beautiful spirit, man. Agreeing with Tracy. My wife said, my family has it together. Yes, they do. They not playing, man. They got it together, man. And I'd be definitely, man, ecstatic every time, man, I see when something happens, they like literally all like get quiet. You ain't got to worry about nothing. They taking care of business, man, from front to back. And you're just like, golly, man, I can't even get, you know, I can't even get a plate. I can't even get nothing. Yes, you can't get nothing. It's already taken care of, man. So definitely, man, shout out and everything, man, to them for that, man. For the family always putting it together, man, and getting it right. But Miss Leslie, I'm going to go ahead and put Miss Leslie's information up here, man, so you guys can reach out to her. This is her email. Reach out to her at Leslie at HHISbrokerage.com, which is HHISbrokerage.com. What that is, H&H, like H&H, H&H Craig.
Hawkins and Hearns Insurance Services. So, you know, my business partner, man, he created the logo, and it is in the sign of a cross with a face inside the cross. And he said the Lord gave it to him based on Psalm 121. I look to the mountains from which cometh my help. And that he and I, we make sure that, you know, we're asking the Lord to order our steps. Anytime that we are, you know, it's not like we think that we know it all at all. We have a team of people that we are collaborating with, you know, at all times to make sure that we're looking for the best products for our clients. So
okay, and that's
it's not a one-man show.
That's your email right there.
Absolutely.
All right, Leslie. So what is his? Is like Hearns at, you know.
It's Robert. It's Robert at HHISbrokerage.com.
Oh, okay. You know, I had to just put it out.
We keep it simple. We keep it
simple, man. Keep it simple, because this is definitely huge. For those who need to reach out to Miss Leslie, please shoot her an email here at Leslie at HHISbrokerage.com. HHISbrokerage.com, man. So make sure you guys shoot her one. And if not, man, for those and everything, man, who want to reach you directly, like, look, Miss Leslie, we really want to reach out to you and call you, man. Please reach out to her, man, and hit her line, 614-394-7924. Again, 614-394-7924. I'm trying to tell you right now, man, make sure you guys are reaching out and taking a hold of this guest, because I'm telling you right now, this, for some of you guys, is a game changer. Miss Leslie will help you guys walk through being able to help preserve generational wealth. And I'm not talking about no little money. For some of y'all getting ready to go ahead and set your family up for hundreds of thousands to millions. And if you guys and everything, man, want to be able to have a part of that, make sure you guys reach out to Miss Leslie and her team, and she will make sure she takes care of the best care with you guys. Telling you, got full faith of my sis. That's my sis, first of all. But she's been in the years for years in this industry and everything, man. She'll make sure she take care of you. Again, reach out to her, 614-394-7924. The thing about Miss Leslie is, doesn't matter what state that you in, she can go ahead and make sure that she take care of you. Am I lying? Go ahead and tell her.
No, you're not. I'm currently licensed in 8 states. And, you know, if somebody has a need, I will make sure that I apply for my non-resident license so that we can get you taken care of. But even if I'm not licensed in that state yet, we can still go ahead and start looking for products that are, you know, that meet your needs and what you need for you and your family, to protect you and your family. And like I said, all I got to do is pay the money and apply for those licenses to be, I've done it. So like I said, I'm licensed in 8 states and 42 more to go. And there's even solutions, like I said, for even health, for those that are under, I do 0 to death in health insurance. You know, I know right now the government has mandated that, everyone have health insurance coverage, and we do that as well. So there's a lot of great products.
Okay, so hold on. They mandated it now. Okay, now you gotta let me know what 8 states there is right now, just in case somebody wanted to get down with the get down tonight.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, we have Ohio, we have Georgia, North Carolina, Florida, Tennessee, Texas, and Minnesota. Oh, there's one more I'm missing. There's one more I'm missing. I can't think of what it is right now. But
you got Colorado yet?
No, not yet. I need to get that. And I'm actually waiting. I'm waiting for my Utah license to come in.
Oh, for Utah. Oh, snap. Yeah.
I'm waiting for my Utah.
It's official,
did I say North
man.
Carolina? Did I say North Carolina?
North Carolina, shout out to y'all, man. Wherever y'all at, man. East City, man. Golly, boy, she in here, man, making it happen, man, making it rain. Yeah, boy. I'm in here and everything, man. Like, look, I ain't got that license in that many states. You understand?
Oh, no, I did get Utah. I'm sorry. Yeah, so yeah, Ohio.
Oh, you got
Florida.
Utah?
Yeah, Ohio, Florida, Georgia, Minnesota, North Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Utah. So,
yeah. Look at you. Look at you. No, so hold on. Look at this real quick. Tracy says, why everybody skipping over South Carolina, man? What we do to y'all?
No, that's another one that's on my list. South Carolina. I think you and I talked about, Drew. We talked about Colorado as well, and then DC.
Yeah.
DC, though.
DC, Maryland area, man, that whole area. It's a nice area. My guy used to say, what about Utah? So she's actually
licensed in Utah.
Yeah, she's licensed for Utah to be able to go ahead and reach out for these insurance plays, which is truly amazing. And especially Issa, Issa, this is definitely the work for you, especially what Issa's into and doing, and definitely help out, man, for you guys, man, who is definitely looking to do some things to help leverage yourself and get some great tax breaks, man, behind that, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, he's giving you the okay with the smiley face, man. Shout out to her and stuff like that, man. My wifey and everything, man, gives you the love. Say thank you, Leslie, for joining us. You guys did an awesome job, man, tonight. Man, listen, we just tried to go ahead and make sure that we brought to y'all what we've already been bringing. And Leslie, it's easy to do it with sis. She already comes certified. Now, if she had came bootleg, I'd have been like, you can't come on this leverage show till you get yourself together. But she's licensed in 8 states to make sure that she can go ahead, man, and help you guys be able to push this and move this in any leverage. So, yeah, shout out to her and stuff like that, man. Super dope. Could go ahead and say, Lambo Drew, you on my 10 Robert Kiyosaki. Man, you already know, baby. You already know. Again, the shirt says it all. You can fake a Lambo, but you can't fake a jet, man. Shout out to my guy, Grant Cardone, man, by telling everybody, all of y'all out here, man, y'all paper chasing, man. Again, you can fake a Lambo, but you can't fake a jet, man. And I'm actually, man, been reached out. Somebody said, Mr. Drew, we actually going to help you get a jet, which shout out to one of my other homegirls who's on the block. So
yes,
we got a jet, and I'm going to let you guys know when we get that jet, man, and how we're going to use that jet. Remember, we ain't going to use it as a liability. If it's with Lambo, we're going to use it as an asset to help gain and everything, man, more money, man, coming from behind it. So, yeah, shout out to you guys, man. Again, we came in here, man, fired up, man, to go ahead and give you guys some plays that you can run and stuff like that for yourself. Again, tonight, make sure you guys reach out to her, 614-394-7924. Again, send a text. Hey, man, if it's not for you to just say, man, look, I'm going to send a text right now, see what's going on. Hey, this is my name. Leave your information and let Leslie go ahead and get back with you. If you guys and everything don't feel comfortable sending a text, go ahead and reach out and everything, man, to right here at Leslie. Email her at leslie@hhisbrokerage.com. Again, hhisbrokerage.com. Leslie@brokerage.com. Make sure you guys reach out for that. By her email and email her if you guys have any concerns, and she'll be able to go on ahead and gladly get back with you guys, man, for this. I'm trying to tell you this right now. My guy Jamal Titus said another great show, Lambo and Leslie. My guy Jamal Titus, thank you, man, in the building. Thank you guys for your support, man. I thank you guys each and every single Tuesday night for coming on here. Your other sis say my sis came ready tonight, man. like y'all ready to go on ahead, man, and drop it down, man. Dropping it like it's hot out here, man. You understand? I'm trying to tell y'all this right now. We're here to go on ahead. You know, oh, hold on. You put the hands up, man. You about to be bouncing a biggie around here, man. You know that's your sis' favorite rapper, man. Notorious B.I.G. Y'all throw Biggie on for my wife. She liable to rap and dance for y'all all night, man.
I got another sis like that too. She was I would call her rapping forte. She's like,
man, bruh, like, yeah, she gets it in, man. Shocked the heck out of me. She said, well, I was raised by all boys. You know, all my brothers was all that. So, you know, I'm the only girl. So I was like, oh, okay, good. We can rock. So shout out to my sis, man. Tracy used to say, Drew, you did it again, bro. Hey, man, whatever I could do to help leverage you guys, man. It was actually the tag team. I'm telling you, man, it was a lot more easy to do it with my sis out here, man, Leslie, man. So y'all make sure y'all get in and tap in with my sis, Leslie, man. Telling y'all, man, she's going to help you out. Mother-in-law say it was wonderful. Shout out to your prophetess, man.
oh,
It was wonderful, man. Yeah, well, we're going to make sure we get you some chicken wings, man.
I just want to say thank you to, you know, you, Andrew, Renata, and especially to Prophetess Linda. She continues to push me, you know, out of my comfort zone. You know, the Lord shows her things about us and she's like, get out there, get out there, get out there. Don't be shy. So I appreciate you guys giving me this opportunity to, you know, share whatever knowledge that I have, and whatever I don't know, I'm the type of person that I'm always going to be researching and looking to figure it out for you. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. I love you and I bless you. And I just expect great things coming from the Johnson and the Williams family.
Oh, man, you know we're going to be in the building, man. We're going to be turning up, man. Especially, look, I ain't going to lie. I'm keeping it 100, man. You're on the Leverage Show. And I look nothing but great things, man, that happen to you, man, that come from out of this, man. You're going to help a lot of people out, for a lot of people who know what Leslie can do, and for those who understand the possibility of the gifts that Leslie is going to be able to go ahead and bless you with, man. I pray that you bless a lot of families and protect a lot of generational wealth, man, for years to come, and be able to show people how to move money into generational wealth to create those avenues between some of the things that we did discuss and some of the things that they can reach you after the broadcast to discuss even further. So thank you, sis, man. You understand? Look, they're showing love. Thank you, Nikki, man. Nikki showing love, man. For real, man. We love you guys, man. It would be an asset if you flew me out to Colorado. There you go, Tracy. You understand? I understand.
Me too, Tracy.
You know, hey, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that jet. We'll get that jet right for you. As long as you pay for the fuel, I may get you that, man. Kennard Hayes said, great show. When you coming back, man? Definitely, they want to know when you're coming back. Well, Miss Leslie gonna come back when she do some great policies for y'all. Let her go do work for y'all, man. Bless y'all families. And then when she come back with enough work, then we gonna go ahead and we're gonna bust some more plays for y'all. And she gonna talk about some of the other plays that she didn't get a chance. Like, I literally had questions we didn't even get a chance to ask tonight. But hey, again, we ain't out of show and everything, man. We ain't out of time. We just out of time. We ain't out of message. Actually, yeah, that's what it is. We ain't out of message. We just out of time and everything, man, for the show. Again, my guy Issa say, man, amen. Shout out to you, Issa, man. Thank you, man. Again, I know Issa's definitely going to be reaching out to you for some great assistance, man. Guy down in Utah.
Kennard already did. Kennard
already did, my guy. Yeah. Hey, this stuff is real time. Like, listen, y'all make sure this is for you guys to reach out. Make sure you guys are taking advantage of the information and the guests that we bring on here, man. Not because we're pumping them up, because I know that they're that good. I know and everything that they're going to help you guys out, especially for those who literally have generational wealth or trying to produce generational wealth or protect your generational wealth for your families even after you're gone. Get something on you. I'm trying to tell you, man, it'll help change the course and everything of your life for your family. My baby and everything, man, say hello, Tracy, man. Giving Tracy her love and stuff like that. My guy used to say, thank you. No, we thank you. We thank you guys, man. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, man, each and every single one of you guys. Leslie, I thank you the more say so than anything. Thank you for your time, man. We've been rocking out here for almost 2 hours, man, on this broadcast. Being able to give out education, and we still got a ton of education that we could have shared with y'all. I'm not lying. We could have dropped a lot of more education out here tonight. But reach out for Miss Leslie and everything, man. Again, and make sure you guys go on ahead, man, and support her. Again, reach out to that last phone number at 614-394-7929. Again, 614-394-7924. And also and everything, man, reach out to her on her email at leslie@hhisbrokerage.com. leslie@hhisbrokerage.com. All right. So love you guys, man. Listen, y'all have an amazing night, man. Have an amazing week. Leslie came on here and rocked the show, man. Got you guys right, man. Told y'all what to do. Now it's time for y'all guys to go ahead and reach out and make some things happen. Again, y'all don't want to miss tonight. Y'all think tonight was something, blew it out the park. Sis went ahead and opened it up. Next week, we got my good friend coming to the show, Crypto Kim. Those and everything, man, who really truly desire. And this where this show came into play with that. Because the crypto she's dropping and the stuff that she went got, no one wants to miss next week. I'm telling you this right now. No one. This week was a can't miss. Next week is a can't miss. The two combined together is, if you missed out, you missed out on a lifetime of an opportunity of these two shows. I'm telling y'all right now, y'all don't want to miss it. Y'all go back, replay the show, send it to somebody. This show right here is so powerful. It will help change the course of somebody's life who doesn't know that the decision that they have been making has been the wrong decision, that's not been protecting their family's generational wealth, or even protecting them, or even be able to use that asset to go ahead, man, and make further moves and bigger moves with their life. So y'all make sure y'all share this video, because I'm telling y'all, man, this is going to help change a lot of lives. Reach out to my sis Leslie, man. Thank you guys again, man. My sister Be Well says, man, thank you, Leslie, man. My guy Tracy said, good night, family. Good night, Trace, man. Thank you, Lambo. Thank you, Miss Nikki, man. My guy Larry, shout out to him. My guy Larry still got his cup in his hand. Thank you, guys. You already know. Like, here we go. I got to do it one last time. Shout out to my guy Larry in the building, Larry the Lion, man. You know we're gonna go ahead and have a good time. Take him out one last sip. Just because I know and everything, man, what time it is. Listen, love you guys again. Make sure you guys are tapping in. Have an awesome week. Stay blessed, man, and let the faith and the blessing of God fall on y'all, man. And y'all go do great things. And we out of here till next time.